got an employee that was attacked by a tiger.
Right now at 5, a tiger tears into a woman's arm. For the first time, we're hearing the frantic 911 call after the attack. Plus, it is OU Texas week. No tickets, no problem. Tonight, where you can get last-minute tickets and just how much they're going to cost you.
I'm Nicole Killian in Washington, where the shutdown spreads. What to expect as we enter week 2 next.
You're watching KOCO-5. Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO-5 News at 5 o'clock in high definition.
What's your emergency? Hey, this is Bobby at the GW Zoo. I need a helicopter. I've got an employee that was attacked by a tiger, and he's hurt bad.
That was the panic 911 call made after a tiger bit a woman's arm. I'm Jessica Shambach. Paul Folger is off tonight. That attack happened at the GW Exotic Animal Park in Wynnewood this weekend. Right now, KOCO's Kim Passoff is live tonight at OU Medical Center in OKC, where that victim was flown for life-saving surgery. And Kim, how is she doing now?
Jessica, right now that woman is recovering from her second round of surgeries, which she underwent today. On Saturday was her first round of surgeries when she was brought here after her arm was ripped to the bone. Now, the park owner says she caused the attack when she put her hand into the cage, but animal rights groups claim it is that owner who should be in trouble.
She had her hand in the fence, and as the tiger pulled her hand, the fence ripped the skin off the bone. It was probably one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life.
Joe Schreivogel, owner of GW Exotic Animal Park, went to the hospital today to visit his maimed employee. He agreed to meet with us after the visit.
This is Kim calling from KOCO-5.
But later decided to cancel and hold a press conference instead. His zoo was under intense scrutiny after Saturday's attack.
Sadly, we were not surprised.
PETA and other animal rights groups have been looking into his facility for years.
Nothing we could do for him?
No. And it
sucks.
It sucks.
So until tomorrow night,
he's going to have to lay here and suffer.
This is their undercover video showing a goat with a ripped off horn and a lion missing a leg. PETA alleges the zoo failed to provide veterinary care to sick, injured, and dying animals, and that they abused them.
Joe Schreivogel has a consistent pattern and practice of disregard for animals and for public safety. He is under investigation by the United States Department of Agriculture right now.
We tried to ask the USDA about his safety record.
The number you dialed is not in service.
And that is because of the government shutdown. As for the employee being treated here, her name is still being withheld at this point. We do know that she is a young woman from Hawaii, and she will undergo her third round of surgeries on Wednesday. Live at OU Med, Kim Passoff, KOCO 5 News.
Kim, thank you. And Kim mentioned that press conference. Well, it is underway right now in Wynnewood. You see the owner there talking. This is a live look, and our KOCO's Patty Moon is there right now asking questions, getting answers for you. She'll have a live report coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. A 16-year-old in Oklahoma City took an ambulance for a joyride, and that landed him in another ambulance. KOCO's Dan Thomas has the details.
Well, take a look at this. An entire traffic light brought down in the middle of an intersection by a stolen ambulance. But police say that wasn't enough to stop the underage thief. It all started around 11:30 last night at a gas station near Southwest 59th and Western.
One of the paramedics was inside taking a break. The other paramedic was standing by the ambulance. The ambulance is typically it's left running. It has a pretty huge electrical load that's on the ambulance, and it has to maintain its internal temperature.
That's when police say the young man walked up, hopped in, and took off, headed west along Southwest 59th, smashing into this traffic light, and then continuing on to Interstate 44.
Some type of drug intoxication, which was the initial cause of, I guess, of his behavior.
Behavior, police say, ended in rolling the ambulance on the interstate, leaving the 16-year-old in need of another ambulance to take him to the hospital. He was treated for minor injuries and booked into juvenile detention.
Very unusual. You don't see this happen very often, which is very fortunate. I'm just glad that no one was seriously hurt.
Well, IMSA also says that this kind of thing is unusual, but it has happened before, 4 times, in fact, over the past 35 years statewide. Reporting in the studio, Dan Thomas, KOCO-5 News.
Okay, Dan, as for that teenager, well, the 16-year-old faces charges of unauthorized use and larceny of a motor vehicle. Police officers in Edmond say goodbye to one of their own. Detective Matt Terry, who you see here, died of an apparent heart attack last Wednesday. Funeral services were held just a few minutes ago. And right now, Sky 5 is live over that funeral home where a funeral procession is about to begin. The 41-year-old had been with the police department for 19 years. Terry leaves behind his wife and daughter. All city flags were at half-staff in his honor today. And earlier today, Sky 5 flew over a gas leak break. This was near Northeast 10th and Bryan in the Edwards Park area. It was a gas line that broke. Fire officials say a backhoe tractor caused the break. No evacuations were needed there, but Bryant was closed as a precaution. Police say a woman tried to set her home on fire because she thought her husband stole her cigarettes. This happened Friday at a home near Northwest 18th and McKinley. Now, before police arrived, the woman's husband had already extinguished the blaze that was set on a hamper full of clothes there. The woman was arrested on a complaint of arson. Right now, authorities are searching for an inmate who escaped the Cotton County Jail. Let me give you a look at his mugshot. Here he is, Robert Lee Turk. He was discovered missing early this morning. Authorities say he somehow managed to open the lock on his cell and then break down a door to escape. They say this is not the first time that he's gotten out of a county jail. It has been 1 week since the government shut down in Washington. A live look now. And if you have not noticed an impact yet, well, you may soon. KOCO's Nicole Killian reports from Washington.
Jessica, first it was parks and museums, and now the shutdown is spreading to other things you may or may not expect. It's weeks away, but could the government shutdown be the Grinch that steals the Christmas tree lighting at the Capitol this year?
It's things like lighting the Christmas trees or being able to take input from constituents or fixing roads or...
Derek Crow with the National Priorities Project ticking off the next round of potential impacts as the shutdown spreads.
The immediate layer is things like government services, including the EPA, immigration courts, any number of basic services that in normal times would be working are being affected by the shutdown.
As week 2 strikes, more federal programs may be in jeopardy, from school funding and food assistance to mortgage loans, even the CDC's ability to fight the flu this fall. Social Security benefits are still going out, but
if you are on Social Security, you're going to continue to get your check. But if you're a new applicant for Social Security, those processes are being delayed by the shutdown.
Some normal functions are resuming. 350,000 furloughed civilians at the Department of Defense returned to the job. And justices at the Supreme Court opened a new term.
And if anything in the judiciary is deemed essential, it's going to be the 9 justices.
The rest of the federal court system is also operating business as usual, at least for now. After that, some workers could be furloughed, and jurors may have to wait on getting paid if the shutdown persists. In Washington, Nicole Killian, KOCO 5 News.
Okay, Nicole, and earlier today, the Amber Alert website was shut down, of all things, citing the shutdown. The White House says a furloughed worker was brought in to get that page back up and running, and that the actual alert system was never stopped. Looking ahead now, government shutdown or not, starting tomorrow, new $100 bills will make their debut. The new Benjamins have some new security features, including a blue 3D security ribbon that makes it easier to authenticate and also a lot harder to counterfeit. Right now, armored trucks are gearing up to distribute those bills across the country, so you'll have to look for those. Still ahead tonight at 5, veterans want a new law changed. The push to bring back smoking privileges to state-run retirement homes. Plus, doctors say undergoing a double mastectomy isn't necessarily a life-saving procedure. But tonight, ladies, find out why they say there is new hope for women fighting breast cancer.
I'm at a point in my life where I'm able to live out some of my dreams.
One of those dreams, climbing Mount Everest. Tonight, Waikiki says a 7-year-old Edmond girl inspired him to climb the world's highest peak.
And I'm already watching your next storm system. Coming up, I'll show you when it will arrive and when you can expect the next chance for severe storms across the state.
Most accurate. All local weather forecasters claim it, but only one station can prove it. KOCO-5 Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane and the First Alert Weather Team, independently certified as Oklahoma City's most accurate forecast.